comparative x-rays. On your left side is a birth fracture which healed like this, and this is a 2-year-old female who was close reduced and came to me for a second opinion. What do you think I should do? I want your opinion. Should I re-reduce both? Should I continue with both, that both will remodel? Should I be less worried about the neonate because it's going to remodel? And should be worried about the neonate and will require close follow-up? Can you please vote? I think you didn't pay much attention to the slide shown by Dr. Mandar just before me. This was a 2 months follow-up of the child neonate. This is a 6 months follow-up, 90-degree angulation. This is 10 months, he's 1.5 centimeters short. In lateral view, it has not been. Comparatively, this girl joined in a bayonet position like this. This is her serial follow-up, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2023. These are our range of movements and this is our function. So what do we learn here is that when there is no angulation at most of the age, bayonet reduction is acceptable with some shortening in femoral shaft fractures. So this breathtaking article, or one of the seminal article on remodeling, was by these two gentlemen who did an experimental study on leg of the rabbits, and they found out that remodeling happens at two places. One which happens at the shaft, we call it as a bone drift, and one which happens at the epiphysis is known as epiphyseal angulation or asymmetric growth of the epiphysis. So if you have a fracture, this is how it acts. So let me show you in a simplified way. If you have an angulated fracture like this, what happens is there is a more bone on the concave side, the convex side bone is taken off, but majority of the correction comes from asymmetric growth of the physis. So there may be some residual angulation in the mid shaft, but the physis will align well. So physeal growth is related to pressure. So when there is a mild pressure, there is an increased growth on that side, and that is known as a Powell's law. And when there is a severe pressure on the epiphysis, there is a Hutter and Walkman law, which leads to reduction in the growth of the epiphysis. So let's see how the Powell and this law acts. When there is a fracture like this, the periosteum on the convex side becomes tense and concave side becomes relaxed. Because of the relaxation, there is an increased growth on the epiphysis, so that side grows more on the concave side and it leads to restoration of the angulation. So where does the remodeling take place? We have already learned that it takes place does not at the shaft, but it mainly takes place at the ends of the bone. So this child at a 5-year follow-up still has an angulation. It may not be clinically much problematic, but if this child gets it's a fracture in later part of the life, and if you want to nail it, it is going to be a difficult problem. Okay, 7-year-old male treated conservatively in 2002 and comes to you after about a month and a half, and it is well united. What do you think? What will you tell the parents? Will you tell them it is going to remodel completely and shaft, or will you say the shaft and physis both will remain angulated? Shaft will remain angulated but the physis will become horizontal, or shaft will become straight but the physis will be in varus? What do you think will happen in this child, say 2 years down the line? Can we? I think that's an excellent take. This child had absolute horizontalization of the physis, but shaft remained angulated. So if you want to correct this child at a shaft level, you will have to do a second osteotomy at the distal end. Okay, let me set the age bar a little higher than shown by Mandar, and what will you do for this 13 plus 3 who was treated initially by bone setter and presented to you after 2 weeks? These are the options. Can we start the voting, please? Would you continue or put a POP, do a close reduction, do an open reduction, or you would like to distract and get a proper length? He's 13 and a half. So there is a close fight between A and C. The winner is close reduction internal fixation. So what happened was, when I examined this child had absolutely no pain and had a very good movement. The father was not very keen on any intervention. So I carried out an X-ray at elbow, which showed there's a significant growth remaining. So I put a plaster without anesthesia in best alignment I could get. This was a significant problem on the day of removal of the plaster. This is how it joined. This is 6 months down the line. This is how it remodeled. And I had a surprise at 2 years. There was an attempt to make a cross union, but if you look at the function, he was absolutely normal in function. So even at a significantly later date, as shown by Sandeep, that there is a significant remodeling possible at the distal end of radius. Now let's look at the 6-year-old male, a son of a doctor who fell and was treated in a back slab and came to me for a second opinion. I have measured the angulation for you and I want your opinion on this. Would you continue the slab? Can we start the voting, please? Would you continue the slab? Would you do close reduction? Would you do a nailing, or would you like to plate this? He's a doctor's son, your colleague's son. Okay, so I was one of the guys who chose B, but the father was not ready for anesthesia. So he continued with the plaster, and at the removal of the plaster, the angulation increased to 30 degrees, and this at 18 months follow-up, it remained at 20 degrees, and there was a restriction of pronation in this child. So as I told you earlier, that the mid shaft does not remodel. So if you are going to accept angulation in middle of the shaft, you are not going to get a good result in any of the child. Okay, 9-year-old male comes to you with this fracture. What will you do? Would you put him on plaster? Can we start the voting, please? Would you like to close reduce and do POP? If you don't get a close reduction, would you go for IM nailing or plating? So in this child, when I examined, this child was taken under anesthesia, when I tried to give him good length, it angulated. So I continued going like this, like you chose, treatment on OPD basis. This is 1, 3 and 6 months follow-up. This is X-ray at the end of 2 years, and this is the function. So bayonet reduction in the shaft, even at a later age, remodels very well, but if there is an angulation, it will not remodel. As shown by Mandar already, this was a child who came to me 1 week later because child had a head injury. This is how it went on to heal, and then child was lost to me for follow-up because child had gained 4 months. Would you like this child to have more follow-up, or do you think that when functional things are okay, everything is fine? Just want to show me hand. How many would like you to have more follow-up on this child, please? Okay, how many do you want this child can be discharged now? Yes, I think we can safely discharge. This child came to me with his uncle who had a proximal humerus fracture, and at that point of time I had opportunity to take X-ray and that was absolutely normal. So what are the factors which affect remodeling? Remodeling is greater when the child is younger, when the fracture site is closer to the growing physis, when angulation is in the plane of the motion, especially in the hinge joints, when rotational deformities are usually not the ones which cover, and shortening is something which covers up to 1.5 centimeter in younger child. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you.